Welcome everyone, this is Pine Leaf Needles, and today we are starting season 26 of Pinetopia. And you're wondering how we get to season 26. I decided to name the seasons based on whatever the version number was at the time of the first episode of the season. And they just released up version 26.2, and that means that this will be season 26. So let us start here. And grab our birch. Wait, this is taking. Okay, that perhaps I waited a little bit too long before going into there. Let's just make some of this over here. Let's get a few sticks. The usual ceremonies for getting started in a new world. Now, do we have any place where we can get some stone so we don't have to get a full set of tools? I think I have just enough for that. That. Looks like we starting out in a birch forest. All right. What we got down here? Rather hilly location, that's for sure. But I do see that we have some pumpkins. That's a nice start. Knows, maybe we'll get some eggs getting along soon. Then we can make some pumpkin pie once we find some sugar cane. Usually it's the pumpkins that are the tough bit to get. All right, plenty of pumpkins. Oh, let's grab that. Good. Now, let's see what we've got here. We've got a hill up here. An arboreal pig. Okay. And what are we going to try doing this season? Seeing how that they have just added all sorts of new features with the, what do you call those things? The sulfur cubes and all. I'm thinking making a golf course for this season. I think that'll be just my one major goal that we'll have here. And I'm hoping I could be more successful at that than last season, which I think lasted 1 or 2 episodes or something. But the season before that was pretty successful. So let's hope that we model our season this time after 2 seasons ago rather than last season. Because last season, I think I was trying to do something with the gas or trying to think of something to do with the gas. I just never even got into the nether, so you can see what happened there. Now, let's see. We want to get some more sticks so that we can have some real tools rather than these wooden tools. So let's get a pickaxe, an axe. Yeah, let's get a full set of these things. I'm not too sure if I'll be needing a hoe. A sword may come in handy. Well, sword will come in handy after I get a few more blocks of this. Now, I don't want to go too deep in here because I don't have anything for any lighting yet, and this thing will turn into a mob spawner very quickly if I'm not careful. Actually, let's open this up. Sort of turn the whole thing into a cave. Somehow. What was that? Oh, it sounded like a creeper there. Okay, that's right. I forgot that they changed the sound of the leaves. Good grief. The first time you hear that. Oh my goodness gracious, there's a creeper next to me. I'm gonna grow used to that leaf sound and then be doing something and a creeper's gonna come up next to me and say, hello. You weren't expecting me, were you? Not at all. All right, there we go. I think that's everything we've got for now. Yeah, all the traditional tools I could think of. I am sure I missed something. That's right. I think in the last episode I did have, in the last season I did have 2 episodes because I was also trying to experiment with spears and that didn't work out too well. Was not impressed with the spear as a weapon. Now, what I need to do though is to find a nice location to explore and probably find a good place to sit down for the night. Maybe gather a few flowers while I'm coming around here. And I'll explore around and check in with you later. Oh my, this looks like a forest fire waiting to happen. In fact, I think some things have already burnt down a little bit. So let me get anything that could potentially catch on fire out of here. Not exactly sure what the range is on such things. Alright, can I do this? Yeah. That's not going to be good. Ah, I found a water location. And I do see some sugarcane, though I did not pick up any eggs as I was saying there might earlier because, well, I wanted to explore. I didn't want to sit around waiting for chickens to lay eggs. What? Have pumpkin spawn rates been improved or something? This is another pumpkin patch. Okay. It used to be a rather rare find. But 2 on the first day is pretty good. All right, now I think I better find a nice place to hunker down so that I don't find myself in the middle of Mob City or anything like that. Now, fortunately, I got plenty of logs here, so I can make charcoal aplenty if necessary, because it's probably going to be necessary. I suppose the first thing that we're going to have to do, after surviving the first night that is, will be to determine where we could find some sulfur caves or whatever, so that we could find this newfangled feature that they have and start to figure out how these sulfur cubes work, because you see all sorts of things in demos and stuff like that when they are hyping the whole thing, but actually trying to interact with it, it's like, okay, now what did they say there? Until you actually do it, it's hard to remember what's going on. Okay, well, it looks like we're getting a nice amount of diorite. There we go. But one thing I haven't found yet is coal. Looks like the blocks are a little wet in this area. Very wet in this area. Well, looks like I went a little bit too far. It appears the mobs are outside. Well, as long as they don't try to break in, I should be fine, right? Anyway, I did put the day counter and the XY position up. I wonder if there's a abbreviated version of that, so I don't have to see all of that at once. But it's better than having the entire debug screen up. Now, let's see if I do anything other than just grab some granite in here. Maybe I could find some bundles. I think I'll need some string think a bundle is just string and leather. I think I still half remember the original recipe, which was this ridiculous thing involving rabbits and all of that. Yeah, right. We need plenty of torches. I'm sure I'll find some coal before I need to do anything serious. And if not, well, there are plenty of trees outside that are willing to donate their logs for the cause of getting charcoal. Oh, speaking of coal. Oh, finally found some. Oh, and some andesite. Could have some basic building blocks before we start getting to the more complicated blocks later on. There we go. Oh, hold on. No, okay, for a moment there, the pattern there with some dust on the screen, I was thinking that I had found some iron or something like that. But that's not the case. What is the case is that I need another pickaxe. It is now day 1, so I'll presume that that means it's, well, I don't know if it's safe to go out yet. Well, it's at least semi-safe. I'm going to assume that if I just went out there, said hello world, I'll be met by a creeper or something like that. So I'll just rush out, leaf litter. Wildflowers. Alright, let's see. Alright. Whoops. Alright, let's see. I did want to go and check up with the sugar cane. So grab a little bit of that. So I can plant some of that wherever I go. Okay, I don't see any creepers in the area. I guess that's good news. Now, is this a good place to settle? I guess that's a good question. Now, if I'm making a golf course, then I do have to be careful, of course, because more pumpkins? There are pumpkins everywhere. Well, if I decide to settle here, I think I better mark it because I lost the location temporarily, but fortunately, I was able to use the coordinates from the video to find it again. So I will put that up there for now. Ooh, fish! Alright, let's see. Much of this is possible. We can't have the season without having some salmon, right? Where is... Ah, there we go. And... go. This is connected to that ravine I saw earlier. I think... Oh, yeah, it is. And maybe I should... Well, this might be a safer version of what I just saw there. Well, safe might be a relative term. I'm sure there's a creeper or 3 down here somewhere. So I'll just light this up a little bit. Be careful. But maybe I could find some... Ooh. Well, I could always come here later after everything nasty despawns from it. Well. Alright, there we go. That will keep things at least safe for it. I didn't see anything useful in here, but it could be a good launching point for a deeper dig later. Ooh. Finally some iron. Where am I? I am at level 33. Okay. Nice vein too. Well, that should get me started with some iron tools. There we go. Everything I need. Well, maybe not everything, but it's a good start for the point of view of using iron. Alright. back this way. Maybe I should start making some stairs so I could get up and down here a little bit. Isn't there an option to auto jump or something like that so I can more easily get up those stairs without having to go bump, 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 bump? I thought there was. Well, perhaps that's disabled or something like that. It appears that it is under controls. And so go here and options, controls, auto jump off. We'll put auto jump on. Operator items tab. What's operator items tab? Sprint hold, keybinds. Mouse settings is almost impossible to see due to the location of the facing. Yeah, it'd be nice if I can get that down to a smaller value. All right, now that means that, oh, now I'm hearing zombies all over the place. When it's day 2, things could get really spicy. Now, it looks like the iron's ready, and my old pickaxe has, well, I used it up. Therefore, it is time to get one that is going to work much better. So I think we'll start out with an axe and a pickaxe for first things. But what else can we do with this? Well, I tend to like battling usually with the axe rather than the sword, so I don't need to rush and get a new sword right away. I could get by with the stone one for the things you also use swords for, like cutting down. I think you use it for it would be, well, shuriken will make sense to be something to do with, but I know spider webs is definitely one that you get with the sword. And any other tool, oh, I really don't need updated yet. I think that's it for the moment. I just have to decide what else to do with that last little piece. Maybe I can. Oh, what would be a good thing to make with it? Oh, yes, of course, shears. Yes, I need to go and find a bed. That means finding sheep. That means waiting till the morning. And that means mining until morning comes. It is day 2. My tradition of rushing outside to make sure I don't stand still next to a spawned creeper if one has a... Oh, I've got some sugar cane here. And even if a sword is a good tool to use against sugar cane, I think the fist is probably much better. So, I guess it's time to look for some sheep. Where's a good place to search for sheep? Probably not along the water's edge. Ah, here's some open spaces. Maybe there'll be some sheep around here. Now, is this a plains biome or what? The plains biome, you would think I would have found some livestock by now. Aha! I found them! The sheep! Alright. Oh. I remember which button you press for this. Good. Let's get as much wool as we can. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. We've got wool. That means we can go back home and make some sleeping facilities. Oh. That'd be nice if I could find some new chickens since I left that first set of chickens way behind. Actually, if there's plenty of livestock in this area. Yeah, I think this has more potential as a nice golf course than where it was before. Yeah, I think I'm going to settle here. And the best place to settle for now might be at that rock face that's just up ahead. It connects to this pretty well. Actually, let me see what's like to make sure there isn't a cancel that plan. It's sunset, it's bedtime, and this is not a nice safe location for a base. So I am going to have to look for a nice place for a base and build a preliminary house. And I think that's what we're going to do in the next episode of Piney Plays Minecraft Pinetopia Season 26.